What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See, this is the kind of stuff that smells. Because my attitude is just deducing how much they despise Trump is if there was some real bona fide dirt on him, since you went after him with the 34 felony convictions, which essentially was deduced to him paying hush money to Stormy Daniels, a porn star, just so she wouldn't reveal their happenings with one another leading up to the election in 2016. Okay? If you had something like that you were willing to parade him through the streets with, of course, if you had something on him about Epstein, you'd have let it go earlier to make sure he didn't become the 47th president. That's just my thinking from a logical perspective. But what do I know? Either way you slice it, when that kind of stuff is going on, all it does is foster the continual divide that is inevitably going to exist.
Today, we're talking about something everyone should agree on. If powerful people were involved with Jeffrey Epstein, we deserve the full truth, no matter who it helps or hurts politically. In this clip, Stephen A. reacts to a Democrat on the House floor, tying Trump to the Epstein files and promising to be the deciding vote to release them. We're going to look at what she said, what Stephen A. said, and ask a couple questions. If these files are so important now, why aren't they open during the Biden administration? This isn't about carrying water for Trump or for the Democrats. It's about transparency, equal treatment, and how both sides in D.C. use timing and headlines to play the American people.
I know the GOP's hands ain't clean in all of this. Mike Johnson delaying the process. Trump doing everything he can to create headlines everywhere else because he doesn't want us focusing on the Epstein files. We were born that night, not last night. You know what the hell is going on. But the Dems ain't innocent in all of this. Not by a damn sight. Representative Adelita Grijalva, she was sworn in this afternoon. And she spoke about the Epstein files because ABC News came out with a story today linking Trump to the Epstein files because Jeffrey Epstein, seen during emails or via emails, essentially alluded to the fact that Trump knew about the girls, whatever that means, without specificity. Adelita Grijalva spoke about that because obviously once she's sworn in, she's the final deciding vote for the Epstein files to be opened and essentially given to the public, supposedly. And here she is today on the House floor speaking about it.
This morning, House Democrats released more emails showing that Trump knew more about Epstein's abuses than he previously acknowledged. It's past time for Congress to restore its role as a check and balance on this administration and fight for we, the American people. We need to fight for our immigrant communities and veterans. We need to stand up for our public schools, children, and educators. We need to respect tribal sovereignty in our environment. We need to stand up for LGBTQ+ rights because that's what the American people expect us to do. Fight for them. That is why I will sign the discharge petition right now to release the Epstein files.
Y'all cool with that? I have no problem with the Epstein files being exposed. I think anybody who's done what Jeffrey Epstein did should be thrown under the damn jail.
Here's what it really comes down to. If the Epstein files are finally being opened now after years of silence, that's not some brave new stand for justice to help out the victims. This is timing, political timing. If there's proof against Trump, Clinton, or any high-ranking Democrat or Republican, or just anyone else, now's the time to put it all on the table so that Americans can see it. No more leaks, no more headlines to use as weapons against the other side. Either we believe in one standard of justice or we admit this whole thing is just another political tool to divide us against each other. That's how we have to look at it.
Young girls being sexually molested is as disgusting as it gets. It is as vile as it gets. We ain't making any excuses for anybody like that. What a despicable, despicable human being. There's a special place in hell for people like that. But that's not what anybody can definitively associate the president with. He knew Epstein, so did Bill Clinton. So did a plethora of other famous people inside and outside the world of politics. Incriminating emails, well, what specifically and how significant was it? And when we sit up there as Democrats and we're applauding on the House floor, now that Alita Grijalva was there talking about she'll be the final vote to sit up there and open the Epstein files, and everybody's applauding for the Democratic Party. Ladies and gentlemen, keep in mind that the Epstein files were in existence and free to have been opened during the Biden administration. You were there for 4 years. How come you didn't open it as a Democratic Party then? What am I missing? I'm not saying I know. It's a legitimate question. Maybe I don't remember the answer. Maybe my extraordinary producers should be able to help me during the commercial break. But from my understanding, the same files that were open or being open now with the 220 pages of documents or whatever it is, with various emails, that could have been done when Biden was in office. Well, why didn't you do it? If it's so important now. What were the Democrats doing at that particular moment in time? See, this is the kind of stuff that smells. Either way you slice it. When that kind of stuff is going on, all it does is foster the continual divide that is inevitably going to exist. One side hates each other so much that neither side is willing to negotiate and work with one another until desperate times means desperate measures. And the American people are the ones that suffer first, and they're the ones that suffer the most before the residual collateral impact is truly, truly felt. That's the damn problem. And even with the end of this shutdown taking place, I still find myself thinking more the same, ain't nothing new. A continual resolution likely be reached, be signed, shutdown will probably end. It's going to end today. And as a result, okay, the government will be financed through the end of January. Let's get through the holidays. At least this ain't going on during Thanksgiving. At least this ain't going on through Christmas. At least this ain't going on through New Year's Eve. And we'll go into the New Year's, and then we can be the same old sorry asses we've been at the expense of the American people.
All right, so I'm just going to leave it there. If the Epstein files expose powerful people, I don't care if they have an R or a D next to their name. They should all be held to the same accountability as anyone else would need to be. No more selective outrage. No more justice that only shows when it's to help your campaign win or to make Donald Trump look bad, or just all of the performative politics. We don't need it anymore. It's just simple. So let me know in the comments, do you think this is about a real accountability, or is this just another election year stunt to try and drum up headlines and give favor to their one side of the party? And if you're tired of both parties playing games with the truth, like they've been doing since eternity, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on those notifications so you know when I post. We're going to keep calling it how we see it. Thank you guys for joining into another episode of Street News Network. I'm your host, Langston, and I'll see you guys next time.